World War II was a time of intense innovation, but not all of it was conventional. Both the Nazis and the Americans cooked up some truly bizarre, almost cartoonish weapons. Let's count down the top 3 weirdest and wildest weapons ever built. Coming in at number 3 is the Goliath tracked mine. Picture this: a tiny, remote-controlled tank, no bigger than a suitcase. It looks kinda cute, right? But this little guy was packed with up to 220 pounds of high explosives. The Germans designed it to be a disposable demolition vehicle, driven right up to enemy tanks, fortifications, or bridges before being detonated. They built thousands of these Beetle tanks, and while they had their flaws, like being slow and vulnerable to having their control cables cut, you definitely wouldn't want to see one rolling towards you. It was a deadly toy for a very serious game. At number 2, we have one of the strangest ideas to ever come out of an American military lab: the bat bomb. Yes, you heard that right. The plan was to capture millions of Mexican free-tailed bats, attach tiny, timed incendiary bombs to them, and then drop them over Japanese cities at dawn. The bats would naturally fly into the eaves and attics of the largely wooden buildings to roost. Then, a timer would detonate the bombs, starting thousands of small, hard-to-reach fires all at once. It was a brilliant, if terrifying, concept. So what happened? Well, during a test run, some of the armed bats escaped and did exactly what they were supposed to do, just on the wrong target. They flew into the hangars and barracks of the U.S. Air Base and burned the entire facility to the ground. The project was eventually scrapped. And finally, at number 1, we have the king of all crazy weapons, Die Schwedder, Gustav. This wasn't just a gun, it was a monster. Built by the Nazis, it remains the largest caliber rifled weapon ever used in combat. This thing was so massive it had to be transported on 2 parallel sets of railway tracks. It stood for stories tall and weighed nearly 1,500 tons. It took a crew of over 250 men just to assemble and fire it. And what did it fire? A shell that weighed 7 tons, as much as a light tank over a distance of nearly 30 miles. It was used during the siege of Sevastopol, where its massive shells could punch through solid rock and concrete fortifications. The Schwedder Gustav was an engineering marvel but also a logistical nightmare. It was so impractical that it was only used in one battle before being destroyed to prevent its capture. So there you have it, from tiny explosive tanks to bat-based bombers and a cannon the size of a building. History is full of wild ideas. Which one do you think was the craziest? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.